our favorite. यानी कि मॉडल में स्किल यूज करेंगे, इसके यूज करेंगे
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me? Is there any echo?
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, Ji. Hope now audio is fine, loud and clear. So we'll wait for minute 1 or 2, just 1 or 2 minutes. Then after we'll start. Just hold. Okay, before we start, like small guideline. One is this session will be around of 1 hour. So kind of interactive session where you can ask your queries and you can interact with the speakers. We are having 2 speakers over here. They will be guiding you throughout the session. Even we are planning a long-term course with them. And secondly, in end of the program, we will be receiving one feedback form. That feedback form will be considered as your submission for this certification and the input for this content, like how we can improve. Okay, Ji? That will be shared in a Zoom session only, not in a WhatsApp group. Done? And those who will be filling the feedback form, they'll receive upcoming session detail along with certification and this session recording on the email. So we'll wait for our speakers to join. I think they are here. Just hold. Liana ma'am, how are you?
I am doing well. Thank you, sir.
Goswami sir will be joining?
Yeah, he is there. He is there.
Okay. Just hold. Let me check.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes. Vinay sir. Done.
Yes.
So before we start, small introduction about this course, what we are going to cover throughout this 1 hour and about our speakers. So both of them are working in a field from last 16 to 17 years. Vinay sir is co-founder of We Arise Foundation. In collaboration of Scrollwell, we are having this workshop. And Liana ma'am have PhD from USA in counseling. Both of them are working in a field of counseling and corporate training where it comes about communication, management, public speaking, presentation, along with mental health. So this session is more focused on like how you can go for personal and professional enrichment. Okay. Again, it's a kind of intro session. We will have a full-fledged detailed program, so I'll not take that much of time. Over to you, Sir Aman.
Thank you very much, sir. Thanks a lot. Can we have other videos enabled?
Video is disabled. Just hold. Let me.
Yeah. That's what the message.
Right. It
Yep.
is there. It is there. Excellent.
Wonderful.
Yeah, thank you so much, Roshan sir, and the whole Scrollwell team, and wonderful empowered teachers. It's always a privilege and honor to share and interact with teachers. We highly respect and have a deep gratitude for the teachers community. And we'll just get started as Roshan sir has briefed. So it's our, in a way, small contribution to the wonderful work all our teacher fraternity is doing. So let's get started. Yes, Liana.
Yes, and we are excited, and I hope you all are as well. And we are just looking forward for how the things are going to unfold for all of you. Yes. So, shall we begin?
Yes. Yeah, is the
Yes,
screen
please.
visible properly? Yeah. Yes, already Roshan sir has introduced us, so I'll not get into much of the self introduction. So these are the quick highlights of what we do in terms of training. So we arise as our partnership. We have trained almost 2.5 lakhs individual in corporates, educational, and other organizations. Um, so today is not about us. So today, as apart from our role as a teacher, as an individual, how do we get our own self care? Because as a teacher, we are so much into empowering and the responsibility we have for our students, for all the like parents and our community. So it's uh, this is the time where we connect with ourselves as an individual, where we nourish and nurture our own being. Yes, Liana, ma'am, what you would like to add?
Absolutely. And I believe that each and every teacher and each and every educator who have joined us, they are adding value to the lives of many. It's almost like planting the seeds and adding value to their life each and every single day, each and every single moment that they spend time with.
Right. So when it comes to like planting or the sowing the seeds, now we are talking about overall nourishment of our own self and also those who are dependent on us in a way, our students. So, but here we are more focusing on our individual self. So when we talk about sowing the or nourishing ourselves, what do you think that in what way we are? You can just write in the chat box or mention by unmuting that what are the seeds you think as a part of our nurturing are important to us. Because that seed is going to be like eventually going to bloom and yeah, taking care of your health, Jaipriya ma'am. Thank you so much. What other aspects could be there? You can either write in the chat or you can unmute and share. Either way is fine. Yes,
Peace of
wonderful
mind,
sharing.
inner
Yes,
peace of mind, inner peace, well-being, that inner tranquility, that is more important for teachers to give their 100%.
absolutely. Thank you so
Absolutely
much.
right. Yes.
And also, we sow the seeds in our, yeah, instilling compassion, a wonderful virtue which makes us human. And yeah, wonderful sharing. Keep on sharing. And the seeds we are instilling in our students also creating the ripple effect. At the same time, in this era, we are facing challenges that apart from we contributing to our students, they get affected by other viruses as well. And in order to deal with parents and other stakeholders, we need to ensure that our own tree of sheltering others, giving that shadow and the fruits, our roots are grounded, our roots are properly nurtured and nourished. So here we are to offer our some of the sharings, which some way it could be revision, some way it could add some value.
Well, absolutely, sir. And that's the reason we have to add that environment as well. While we are planting the seeds, the environment also needs to be highly there and nourishing and nurturing for them so that whatever the seeds are being planted, they can get that nurtured and that flourishing environment so that they can grow at the best of their capacity.
Yes, here also I would like to ask or ponder upon that what are my current stressors which I feel in a way overwhelmed or I need to work upon. And in long run, if I stretch myself and if I don't pay a due attention, it will take a toll on my mental, emotional, or even professional well-being. If it is fine, you may share what are the typical stressors you feel are need to be addressed. Again, you can write in the chat or you can just unmute and share.
Sir, if we sit and list them all out, it will be almost like a book of volumes, I guess, because there are a number of them. And of course, we being into that. So yeah, traveling to and fro for work, that that takes a toll. Of course, Jaipriya ma'am, yes.
And as we understand it, apart from our main teaching as a main commitment, there are other commitments, so much taking toll on our day-to-day life. So it gets overwhelmed, we get bogged down as well.
Absolutely. As I said earlier, it will be volumes of books if we want to list down the stressors. But
And as you are sharing, we are here to focus more on solution. So we here also we would like to know from you that what self-care practices you incorporate in your day-to-day life, which keeps you in harmony, though there are like so many other juggling of things happening. So what self-care, because it will also add value to, yeah, yoga, meditation. Yes, Nirmala ji, reading. Thank you. It could be any not just mental, emotional, at physical level, at social level, or even at our core profession.
listening to music,
Great, great.
that's very wonderful.
Yes, thank you so much, because being teacher, of course.
Trekking now and then.
Yeah, trekking. Yes, wonderful. Good to know that we have such vibrant teachers and our future is in safe hands, of course.
Absolutely. But we would also love to list a few of the self care that could be amazing for our mindfulness and for our quick check. It
Yes.
could be just a tiny thing like, okay, fine, I'm going to be at home and I'm just going to relax by doing nothing. And that takes a lot of courage, that being at home and doing nothing. Because being in a teaching profession, when we are home, we get into that instruction mode as well. And we forget that we have to care for ourselves. We start caring for others. Probably it is about asking help, maybe a tiny little break every here and there. I just, my personal favorite would be, sir, I don't know about you, but spending time alone is
Absolutely.
something because we are always in front of the audience, we always are into the performing mode where we have to be at our best. I think spending time alone is one of the crucial areas of self care that has been avoided and neglected at times. Other than that, very important, actually, we also somehow ask our clients and ask our audiences as well to work upon setting the right boundaries. Yes, as teachers, as educators, we always want to be present for the ones who are seeking advice from us, who are looking for some sort of learning from us all the time. But we, as educators, we also need that set of boundary that will help us to enhance ourselves to the best of our capacity. That setting a boundary is probably just a thin line. What do you say, sir?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I would like to also share, all the teachers are quite aware and they live that, is like teacher remains teacher always. So we are always, it's not just that the hat we are wearing, it's our like integral part of our being, that being teacher. That's why we are in this noble profession. But at the same time, in some way, trying to uh, get that inner space where we connect with ourselves, uh, where we find that me time, and where we nourish, where we do what really is our calling, what is really our uh, inner connection, and then we get that nourishment. So most of us are doing, as you, all of you are sharing wonderfully, meditation and inner harmony, tranquility. And as Dr. Liana shared, so saying no to certain aspects, because it is said that boundaries are not verbalized, but they are set by our actions. Because teachers, we being so approachable, sometimes we ourselves violate our own boundaries, and then we get that fatigue. Yes, Dr. Liana.
Absolutely. And I just love what one of the teachers have shared, and they have shared that talking with friends. Very simple thing. But we get so tired talking with everyone whole day, teaching and everything. But sometimes just venting out and having a word with your friend, I think adds that extra level of energy, adds that extra level of excitement in our lives, and helps us to just calm our spirits down. And thank you for sharing. I think the sharing is amazing, and it just helps us also to connect with you all. Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, and there are many other self-care techniques which we are aware or which we could get exposed to. So whichever resonates with us, as we are mature enough to understand that whichever is resonating to me, that we can explore. And another important part, I think, is integral to our identity is the communication part, which makes us effective teacher as well. And
Well,
Liana ma'am
communication is
has her master's also in communication. So I would like to.
Well, communication is a crucial part for all of us, and especially being in the profession that we all are in. It's more about adding that connection to the people wherein who mean a lot to us, not just in our professional life, but also in our personal life. The way we communicate, it should not take toll on our health, let it be our physical health or our mental health as well. Of course, communication as a topic is pretty vast. But right now we are considering communication at par with our emotional health, with our emotional well-being. So whenever we want to connect with people at their level, sometimes we have to get a little bit lower than our intellectual standards. And that takes a toll. Like, come on, why don't you understand? I'm trying to tell you so many times. Why can't you just receive what I'm trying to give you? And that somehow creates an internal conflict in our minds that if I'm trying so hard, if I'm putting all my efforts, Why is it that the person opposite to me is unable to get what I am trying to communicate with them? So, the effective communication right now, what we are trying to portray here is about keeping your emotional cool at the same time, making sure what is the intellectual capacity of the person with whom I am communicating that will, trust me, help you to reduce your frustration and the inner turmoil for sure.
And also, this is a good time to just take a quick mindful introspection. It won't be a deeper meditation, but I would like just to close your eyes for a while, if it is possible, and take a deep breath. If it is possible, you can close your eyes. Just sit comfortably.
Please don't do it if you are driving.
Absolutely. And because one part of communication is we communicate with others, and another part of communication is what we communicate with ourselves. That is our self talk. So let us take this moment, and as you are breathing in and breathing out, from the time we get up and getting ready, what are my initial thoughts of the day, and what are my typical patterns of communication with my own self as I get up for my teaching, for my routine? What are my typical thoughts, even after just getting up from the bed? Do I feel fatigued? Do I feel not rested, stressed, or do I feel excited for creating a difference? Whatever, we are not judging, we are not criticizing ourselves. It's just an observation of our own communication with ourselves. And eventually, as the day moves, whatever critical communication you have as a part of your profession or personal life, just observe where I feel in a way triggered while communicating, where I feel nourished and understood while communicating. Just observe with yourself, with others, with your colleagues, with fellow teachers, with family members. And also, we are observing the quality of communication. Is the trigger pattern is more because many roles, many responsibilities, many deadlines and commitments, or I can strike that balance of heart to heart communication, though there are critical, challenging communications. The idea here is just to observing our quality of communication with ourselves. And as we close our day, what are the uh, proportion of my quality of communication? So just observe quickly from your teaching, from your personal communication. And again, take slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out without judging, rather appreciating that we have done that wonderful introspection. Slowly, you can open your eyes. Yes, Liana, ma'am, you'd like to answer?
This is so important that we take some time and do this in a very slow and steady manner, which will help us to calm ourselves down because we are always into this motion, always into this moving mode. But, sir, honestly speaking, with this kind of turmoil and with this kind of distraction that all of us, and especially our audiences, uh, who are our students at times, we have to be very quick when we recover. And that's nothing but emotional resilience that we have to face. Yes, thank you so much for that. Uh, that inner peace that you gave us with this particular activity. Many a times with communication comes a lot of responsibility that we have to be on the recovery mode just very quickly. That's what we are trying. Maybe there is a stress, maybe there is some kind of issue in your work environment, and you really have to immediately get out of it and say, you know what, I'm fine, I'm perfectly okay, and carry that smile along and get into the class and start with your subject as if nothing has ever happened, almost. That's also a part of communication we are talking about. That emotional resilience does not come at the click of the fingers. It does take time. And for that, the back end is necessary. The homework is necessary. And it is absolutely important for us as professionals. Yes, sir.
Right. And as a teacher, mentor to many, and facilitating many students and their parents' journey, we deal with so many people's emotions, and the other people's emotions, they directly, indirectly affect us. At the same time, our emotional state, if you are not aware, it also gets affected. It also affects our recipients. So it's also
Absolutely.
important to be mindful of how my emotions are affecting my overall being and how it is affecting others. And how do I bounce back to my best? And here it is like we can choose our emotions, because we all know that we have our emotional pattern, we have our personality. Some are introverts, some are extroverts, some are ambivert, and like so many personalities, psychometric analysis and all that. At the same time, though AI has evolved so much, there will be always the need as a human being to connect, to relate, and to feel. And that makes us so special, even though like so much of evolution and progress is happening. But that emotional connect, and that's the, I think the teachers, one of the best privileges and gifts. Like whenever, even if he retires or she retires, the student approaching that because of you, I could be at this position. And that emotional connect makes teacher so special. Yes, Liana.
If emotions play such a crucial role in our lives, right from the moment we wake up, right from the moment we wake up, that's when we choose our emotions. Of course, there is Heal Your Life, internationally licensed trainer. He's going to talk more about it, that how we can choose our emotions early in the morning when we start. When you decide to choose your emotions, I think that's when you know exactly how your day is going to be. You might remember in your childhood that somebody would have said, ah, why did you start my day like this? You just gave that reaction to any person that said something negative to you. But you know what? Now we have to be very much aware, rather self aware, that how I choose my emotions, and let not other person decide what my emotional condition is going to be. Yes, sir.
And that's why it's also, again, as we had that introspection of communication. So communicating with myself, we call that self-talk, that while going to work, while going to any interpersonal interaction, or when I'm alone, what I'm thinking and what are my emotional states. Because I'm teacher, I must be perfect. I should not commit any mistake. Yes. Or like I'm quite like introvert, so nobody loves me, whatever may be. These are like negative. We are dealing with limiting patterns. Of course, positive emotions are there, which make us energetic, which make us more contributing. Here we are dealing with the challenging part or disempowering emotions. So how do I shift those emotional states? Because as we know that so many contributing factors are there. Even we being teacher, our own upbringing, our own socioeconomic and other factors have formed our emotional responses. How do I shift to a better emotion? And before we get to the better emotion, we also need to understand that some emotions which are within me, how do I deal with them gracefully so that neither it affects negatively to me nor it affects the other people around me. So let us experience some quick techniques which will, like hands-on techniques, which will help us on the go during our profession. Yes, Liana, ma'am, which technique you would like to share? Some of you may know it.
Well,
It's always,
mhm.
we can dive a little deeper in this or have a refreshing look. Yeah.
Well, just a few techniques that we would like to share. One of it is just taking a pause, just taking a pause and just waiting. That waiting or that pause could be just of 10 seconds rather. Just being there and not doing anything, but just for 10 seconds, if just you take the pause, I think that also helps to have a clarity of thoughts and to have a clarity of how you are going to share your emotions properly. The second technique I would say is 4, 2, and 6. It's easy to remember like that. We will do it again. It's 4, 2, and 6. What does it really mean? For 4 counts, you breathe in, nothing but inhale for 4 counts. You can right now have a try as well.
Yes,
And
we
for
have together. Yes.
that will be wonderful. If you can just, I'm not asking you to just close your eyes, but you can even while you have kept your eyes open, you can try this and you can just go breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for 2 counts. 1 and 2. And after that, you release your breath, exhale your breathing to count 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you do this every single day for 5 times, trust me, your stress level, your emotional turmoil can be reduced to a great extent. And these are just the quick ways that you can handle them. Sir,
Absolutely. And we would also suggest and request you to share with your students because they're highly energetic and their attention span is decreasing. So that emotional response, it will help them to be more calmer. Another simple technique, because there are so many things going on in our life. Sometimes even during work, we may get triggered, and that time we need to release that emotional stuff. So there is a simple technique. While breathing in, we breathe in through our nostrils. While breathing out, we breathe out with our mouth like a sigh, but with a loud voice we produce. If it is possible, if it doesn't disturb your surrounding, you can try, or you can learn and try it at for your convenience. But we can learn this. So I will just first demonstrate, then we'll do it together 3 times. So like this, we breathe in, and before we breathe in and breathe out like this, mentally we feel that all that is holding me back or where I feel stuck. It could be anger, it could be guilt, it could be fear, it could be like somebody hurt us. So that negative or disempowering emotion is getting released from my body and mind. So how do we do it? We just breathe in, and while breathe out, feeling that ki unburdening ho raha hai mere. From my heart I feel relieved and I am at ease. So 3 times, let's do it. We breathe in. While breathing out, just breathe out loudly. Just please don't hesitate and just feel that emotional unburdening is happening. You are feeling relaxed. Okay, let's do it 3 times. Slowly breathe in. And with sigh,
ah,
feel relaxed and unburdened. 2 more times. And last time, just all the residual pressure we are releasing. Yes. So whenever, even during your working hours, you feel, you can just take a pause of 1 or 2 minutes, and even in staff room, you can practice. Let your colleagues also learn it.
well,
Yes,
sir, this can also be done even in the classroom along with the students as well. So
absolutely.
it will just make them energized and it will just calm them down at the same time. That could be also a wonderful, wonderful technique. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Neha.
Well, what is the reason for building this emotional resilience? Why it is necessary for me as a person, as a teacher, being in this profession, that The reason is pretty simple. I have to handle a lot of challenges, not challenges of one person, sometimes 60 students at a time, 120 students at a time. And when I go home, then I get a wonderful tag. Don't be a teacher in home. You are not in school, you are not in the college. So just be yourself. We get this. You know what I'm trying to say. So we definitely get benefited by handling how to handle the challenges. It's very easy for us, and it becomes a little bit more gentler when we take certain decisions. It becomes quite empowering as well. And there are different ways that we can build this emotional resilience. What are these ways? Of course, few of the ways we have already shared, and these are the ways that we also somehow promote. And one of the ways that we highly ask each and every one of you to follow, by taking some time for yourself alone, and at the same time practicing 20 minutes of physical activity, any sort of physical activity. I'm not saying the household chores. I'm not saying just taking a dog for a walk. I'm saying physical activity for yourself. I promise you, you will feel the difference within 8 days if you do it only 20 minutes of physical exercise, any kind of physical activity. This will really build your emotional resilience to a greater extent. You will feel minimum 35 to 40% difference in your emotional levels and the way you handle them with others and with yourself as well. Sir.
Yeah. At the same time, celebrating small successes, because sometimes we have that 5 year plan that when I have these parameters achieved in my life, which are wonderful to have those goals. At the same time, celebrating small victories, small joys of life, some intangible, tangible, will also help us to rejuvenate and bounce back and to connect with our routine with more fresher perspective. Yeah. And another tool, uh, as we discussed about self-talk, and most of you are uh, aware of this, and putting it in practice is quite important, is shifting our limiting self-talk, shifting our conditioned communication to a better version, and that is affirmations. So affirmation, many times we think that saying positive statements uh, in a day, and absolutely that is part of affirmation, but whatever we say, whatever we think is also affirmation. Consciously, unconsciously, we have some limiting patterns even about health. I fall sick twice thrice in a year, and that runs in our family, so that could be a limiting belief. Why, as a teacher, I can't handle money, that could be a limiting belief. Anything which keeps us uh, from being our best version is a limiting mindset. So affirmation, and also as a teacher, we can empower our students also to shift their limited purview, because once we understand Kiara, through affirmations, I can create my own reality, create that inside reality. And it is simple to have start with small affirmation. It is, as we discussed, like we started with the analogy that sowing the seeds in the soil. So similarly, whenever it is said that as an adult we think 40 to 60,000 thoughts a day, and whenever we think a thought which is more than 300 times, becomes a neural pathway, a pattern, and subconsciously it governs our decisions, our reactions, our responses. So how I can shift to the better statements with feelings. It is said that the affirmations or statements which are said with feelings, they impact us more. And that's why I'm sharing this about You Can Heal Your Life. it is a phenomenal book written by the author Louise Hay. I won't talk much about it, but just quick sharing. She's the lady who was victimized, tortured, abused as a child till age 40. But when she came to know that I have the power to choose, I can become emotionally resilient by shifting and letting go of my negative stuff.
आगे तो सही है।
And then she could recover from.
आगे बैठा हुआ है गाड़ी में एकदम free।
Yes, we request all the teachers to please keep on mute.
Fine।
And then she became internationally famous author. Her book is available. You Can Heal Your Life. She recovered from her last stage cancer, became abundant in each walk of life, health, relationship, wealth, and all the other aspects. And most fundamental work she did was releasing the limiting pattern in her life and recreating consciously the new pattern. Because one of her contribution is our inner thoughts create our outer reality. So we had this quick introspection of creating what thoughts do we think. But imagine if we choose these types of thoughts and we also let our students think this thoughts. Let us together, if possible, you can unmute, or if it is not possible for you to unmute, you can in mind recite these affirmations with feeling, visualizing it to be my own reality. So we'll say it together with feeling that it is my present reality. I'm always safe. In your mind, you can say, I'm always safe. Everything I need comes to me in the perfect time, space, and sequence. Life supports me in every possible way. All my experiences are perfect for my growth. Life is easy. Wellness is the natural state of my body. And when we have this as input to our system, then outer reality will be definitely thoughts becomes words, and then as we know, it becomes our character. So similarly, it's like planting those seeds. And the best way to start is whenever we get up and go to the before going to work, whenever we get up and when we close day, before going to bed, if we have these positive affirmations with feeling, at least 3-4 affirmations, then it will set a tone for the day. And the best is to start with gratitude and end with gratitude. So it keeps us grounded. I'm worth loving. I love and accept myself exactly as I am. And if we give that faith and conviction to our students that you are worth loving, you don't have to become externally something to fit in this Instagram or social media. You are worth loving the way you are. Just focus on your brighter side. So much hope as teachers we give and we can give. And another part which Louise Hay in her book shares that 60 to 70% of our physical diseases are associated with our psychosomatic patterns or mind over body. And in the book, she has given the chart as well from A to Z that which thought pattern, if continuously getting repeated, can probably, it is like 60 to 70% we can approximately share. So 8 to 10 hours of our active work we spend in our institution. So what thoughts I'm creating and how they are affecting my physiology? Am I unconsciously inviting any disease? It's not to create any fear or threat, but it's more of awareness, because she has given the pattern that if we are afraid of moving ahead in life, our legs show up, our feet may ache. If we are like all the joint pains, if they are aching, if they are paining, then it's like having rigidity in mind. So being aware, and especially anger, fear, guilt, criticism, sadness, stress, all these 6 to 7 emotions are like contributing to various diseases. Even 61% cancer patients in one survey accepted that we suffer with holding on grudges. It's hard for us to let go or sometimes forgive our own self. So it's quite important to let go of some emotions which are not serving us well. So dealing with these emotions gracefully will add so much of inner space and clarity. Yes, Liana, ma'am, you'd like to share on this?
I guess we all try to deal it in our own simple ways and simple patterns, but because we come from the expert ways and we have learned from international mentors, it is easier for us to give you that right path to help you out, that how you can deal with your health and not knowing what is happening with us. In India, it is found that many of the teachers unknowingly they hurt their throat. They don't realize that when they are teaching, how much they are straining their voice, how much they are unable to let go of themselves and let go of that strength in them. Trust me, there is also a lot going on when we are dealing in the class, because previously when we were students, it was very easy for our teachers to say, why don't you just keep quiet? But now, even if we have to correct the students, we have to be very mindful and we have to be very careful how we are dealing with them. And yes, that takes a lot of strain and a lot of courage. And that starts with the freedom, and the freedom starts with forgiving ourselves at times as well. Yes, sir.
Yes. So, what are the areas where I can let go, even from holding on to such things which hurt me? It could be even some things about ourselves which we only know, but how I can forgive myself also, because sometimes we forgive others, but become rigid and hard on ourselves because our field demands us to be perfect, to be ideal, but we are also at the end human beings, so we have our own flaws which makes us unique as well. So being vulnerable, being open to share our sorrows, to get some support and comfort from others, it's absolutely the need of the hour, because which is needed. And letting go of the stuff which hurts us, that's quite crucial, I feel. And it uh, there is a course in Miracle which says that many of the life stuck situations can be solved by letting go of the negative energy. And that brings us to the present moment. And another way to bring ourselves in present moment is uh, various ways of, as most of us have some grounding activities, spiritual processes, or meditation, or awareness exercises. So in what way I can ground myself through various processes. We are going to share some guided meditation audios as a part of our humble contribution or service to this wonderful noble community. So we'll share some of the audios with you. Yes, Liana, ma'am, what you'd like to say?
Ma'am, you are on mute.
Yes, we all are really looking ahead and looking forward for these different meditation techniques wherein we all would get benefited from the areas what you're going to get, what you're going to receive. These meditation techniques and affirmation techniques, you will be able to listen to it at your leisure, at your spare time, every single day. Yes, sir. Moving on.
Yes, so through Scrollwell, you will get the access to this mindfulness
Yes.
and overall meditations and affirmations, guided affirmations. And then, as Roshan sir shared that before we also open for some interaction and question answers, I just quickly would like to share a wonderful thing we would like to offer or share with you. So we have come up with a wonderful program, especially crafted for teachers, which is of course, in association with Scrollwell, and they
Scrollwell.
have given us this wonderful opportunity. So it's a 7 days course we are going to share. It is going to be live 1 hour daily. The dates will be announced. You will come to know through our system. And there will be total 7 sessions with our core expertise. And the format is, I'll just share what we are going to share in this. Liana ma'am is a Amazon best-selling author of the book Rejoice in Your Emotions, which is even appreciated globally in America as well. So she will be sharing her experience and wisdom. She has counseled more than 50,000 individuals in India and abroad. And how do we manage our different roles effectively? And as a part of teacher, like teaching profession, how do we mentor our students and understand their psychology in a better way to communicate and connect with us? How do we build rapport? Yes, Liana ma'am, it's your stuff. You can share.
Yes, it is. Yeah, thank you very much. But I'm really glad that you shared it in a very beautiful way. So, of course, trust and rapport building for the students and around with our colleagues and also in our personal life, because it's necessary that we communicate effectively with them. At the same time, because I'm a counselor, I would be just loving to just share that. How the quick counseling and mentoring techniques can help you out to deal with the students and their new age problems that they're facing in today's era.
Yes, so that is like her core. She is sharing and adding value. And uh, from my end, I would like to focus on body mind connection and diseases. As a Heal Your Life international trainer, I have found wonderful breakthroughs. It's not that I'm a doctor or medical expert, but at the same time, how our mind affects our body, and so many transformational case studies we have of uh, getting like positive shifts in the health area and even in emotional and relationship area. So how these simple techniques and powerful techniques, which we don't need to have extra time to practice, but can add tremendous values. So these concepts and guided meditations and other stuff will be shared. And how do we get rid of overthinking pattern and take charge of our emotions and get the best out of it? And the last is enriching the life's canvas. That is how we can recreate wonderful, enriching aspects of our life in body, mind, heart, spirit, so that we live that holistic life. So this course is 7 days, uh, 1 hour daily, and the special bonus worth thousands rupees will be also and you will also get 20 minutes personal mentoring session complimentary free from Dr. Liana. And I'll be sharing various guided meditation, affirmation, and practical workbooks as an international certified trainer. You will get, and this all is at a very, very nominal, we would say, investment. That is because of our association and our affinity to teachers community, because both of us belong to generational teaching families. So we have a strong gratitude for teaching community. So we are just offering this 7 days course at only 500 rupees with lifetime long-term recording support. So if you want any further discussions, further information, you can just note down our phone numbers, or you can connect with Roshan sir for
Yes.
further details.
Over to you, Roshan sir.
And yes, thank you so much for all of you, and especially Scrollwell, Roshan sir, and the whole team for bringing this platform together. Yes,
Thank you.
Roshan sir.
Thanks a lot,
Yes,
Ji.
over to you.
Thank you, Ji. So, thank you, participants. I am just sharing a feedback form. As sir told, we are planning one full-fledged 7 days course, and as I can see in a feedback, everyone is excited, and this session really went well. About the course, like what we'll do is through your email IDs, whatever we are receiving in a feedback, by tomorrow afternoon, we will be sharing the course details full-fledged, where you can register and go for the further process. Coming to the this one, like make sure to fill the feedback form. The already it is there in a Google. Sorry, this one Zoom meeting. It's already there in a Zoom meeting chat. Okay, I'm resharing. And your feedback is important for us. Even it will help us out to shape our next program, which we are talking about. Okay, your certificate will be in box. Okay, in a same email ID which you are filling you while this. Okay, which you have used while filling this feedback form. And we are open for your doubts, your suggestions, your feedback. Feel free to ask if anything you want to ask. Both of the resource persons are here with us. Quickly, anything, whatever comes to your mind, feel free to ask. Yes,
Sir, I
please.
want to ask one question. Like Vinay sir has said that the person who hold grudges, excuse me, suffered from cancer. 61% has been found that they suffer from cancer. Sir, I'm asking, like, don't you think there is confirmation bias in this? If psychology confirmation, there are many cognitive bias. Because if you ask 156 participant is here, and if you ask at some point of life, most of them have some grudges against someone. So I think that there is some confirmation bias in this fact. I think so. I want seeing this thing actually in some way like with impact our emotions because all emotions are necessary, whether it is grudges or anything. All emotions are needed. So what you will tell about this? That is what I want. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up. It's not that we have some bias for the cancer. Of course, we have the whole uh, empathy for them. At the same time, it is observed that many of our physical ailments are contributing because of thought patterns. See, naturally, there will be emotions like grudges, anger, but how long we hold on and what purpose it serves. Yes. So we are not getting the best of life
Yes.
when we hold on the grudges. The idea is to mention the statistics. Is Dr. Bruce Lipton has written a book, Biology of Beliefs, how our beliefs affect our biology. Even if you listen to Dr. Joe Dispenza, he talks about how uh, neurology and psychology and especially physiology, how they are connected. So science is also turning to these areas to metaphysical aspects. Of course, what I mean to say is it doesn't mean that we ignore biology or physiology. It's a tool which we can, uh, which will help us to shift our thought patterns, which will
Sir,
like a preventive.
yes, sir. Sir, I actually interrupted because don't you think like many people on the name of self-help they are giving such information which are like full of confirmation bias? That's why I'm telling that how can I trust your organization? My main question was this, sir. If you are providing such information without any like 61% who hold grudges are suffering from cancer, I think that this statement is like cannot be accepted on confirmation bias if you consider that one. And many people are doing, you are not only the organization who are offering these courses, there are many organization who is saying the same statement. I am seeing that. So how can I
Absolutely.
trust your organization? That is.
See, it's your individual choice. We are offering options. I may be one of the thousands options. There is NLP. There are many tools, and there are like
Yes, sir.
cognitive approaches to that. Here we are not there
Vinay sir,
to push. Yeah.
just Vinay sir, Sirji, thank you very much. We respect your thought process, and it's just amazing. What really is, most of the doctors all over the world and psychologists they mention all the diseases, not just cancer, all the diseases. Most of the time, they come from the psychological level, and then they enter into the physiological level. Okay,
Yes, sir.
many a times. Only 30% of the time it is genetic, but 60% of the time it is psychological in nature. That's what we are trying to make a point here. Okay, sir.
Okay.
And over to you, Roshan sir. Up I ahead. And thank you very much for a lovely question, sir.
Yes.
Anyone else? Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Murari Ji. Anyone else? So make sure to fill this feedback form. It's already shared in the Zoom chat. Again, I'm resharing. Please make sure to fill that feedback form. That is compulsion, kind of compulsion, and will be helpful for us as well as for you also. Anyone else? Any suggestion, feedback, audio, video, language, speed, content, anything? Any one of you? Quickly. Chalo. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot, Ji, for
Thank you very much, sir.
joining us here.
So
Thanks
much.
a lot. Thank you, Ji. And
Yeah.
hope this collaboration will be in a long run. And see you all with all the participants in our upcoming course. And rest of the details I will be sharing soon. Thank you, Ji. Thanks
Thank
a
you
lot.
very much.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
very
you.
much. Yes.
Yes, participants, I will be here for more 5 minutes. Okay, so if you are facing any issue with this feedback and all, please feel free to ask, feel free to share. Can we have session on teaching tips and techniques using AI? For sure, you will be having updates, Ji. Don't worry about it. Whatever we are planning, we will be sharing it with you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ji. So session is over as of now. Let us see. Yes, feedbacks are there. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Quickly make sure to fill the feedback.
Sure,
Thank,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you, Ji.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't worry about the certification. It will be with you by tomorrow. Okay, make sure to fill the feedback form. That is the only process which we follow for certification. We will be getting your details from the feedback, and then it will be sent back to you via email. And even we will update you on WhatsApp.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ji. Thank you, everyone. Please make sure to fill the feedback form. Thank you, everyone. Anyone facing any issue while filling the form? Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji. Thank you, Ji. Feedback form again, I am sharing in a Zoom chat, Ji. Those who have filled the form, they can leave.
हेलो।
हाँ जी,
हाँ सर, फीडबैक लिंक सर ओपन नहीं हो पा रहा है सर।
क्या दिक्कत आ रही सर?
सर खोलते हैं तो वही वेरीफाई बाय गूगल दिखा रहा है, तो हो नहीं पा रहा है सर। तो ऐसा है कि व्हाट्सएप पर सर।
जीमेल अकाउंट में लॉगिन करना पड़ेगा सर।
जी
आपका जीमेल लॉगिन है?
नहीं सर, लॉगिन करना होगा सर।
हाँ, जीमेल के लॉगिन के बिना, मतलब जीमेल अकाउंट मैंडेटरी होता है, उसके बिना गूगल फॉर्म नहीं खुलेगा।
अच्छा अच्छा सर, तो व्हाट्सएप के सर व्हाट्सएप पर सर इसका फीडबैक सेंड कर दीजिएगा सर।
मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे हाय हेलो भेजें, मैं वहाँ शेयर कर देता हूँ। मैं
ओके सर।
कर रहा हूँ जूम चैट में।
जैसे ओके सर।
ओके जी। 7009548243। क्विकली क्विकली, जल्दी जल्दी।
Google reviews in the Google review is there.
हाँ जी, इट इज देयर।
Google review,
यस।
where
आई
it is, can you
थिंक
put
एनी
it
इशू?
again?
योर वॉइस इज क्रैकिंग मैम, वंस
Google
अगेन।
review is there.
हाँ,
Can you put it again?
Google reviews are there. While filling it is asking, right?
Yes.
So there is one link, if I'm correct. That link you will need to click on, and you can read this course on the Google also. Take the snapshot. This Google review is compulsory, right? Just hold it. Let me make it optional. Okay.
Okay. Put it optional.
Let me make it optional. Within 1 second. Hold a second. Where it is? So those who are interested in Google reviews, feel free to rate us over a Google. Else, sometime what happens, you are not able to fill the form due to technical difficulties, so you can skip it. I made it optional, ma'am. Just simply refresh your form. Okay?
Okay.
Haan,
Okay.
refresh your form. Yes, please. Anyone else? Anyone else? Those who have submitted the feedback form, thank you, ji. Thanks a lot. We will be updating you with the certificates.